coming to Summits Moot for September Coronet. We are live streaming for the airs, so please keep background chatter to a minimum and speak up while you are giving your reports. Thank you. We open the thing that we're doing. Your Highnesses, do you have words?
No, thank you all for coming. We had a wonderful event. We know everyone wants to tear down and get home. So we'll just be short and on task, and it seems like our great municipality is doing.
Baronial Coronets, your Highnesses, like any words?
I would like to say, our Baronies, we're looking forward to many events. Eagles 10 days. This next year is going to be our 50-50. So it's 50-year Eagle and 50 years Alianza. And it's going to be like A&S all week long. So long A&S projects. People are doing serious projects. And so come enjoy. We are these fighters are up and running. I have 8 extra kids at my house. So when we have kids that want to come in at Eagle or any other event, we have to be able to fit them. And so that's going to happen. So everything's going to work.
Your messenger was get there. So
Yeah.
All right, officer reports. Seneschal. So I'm going to read the outgoing from Fairdock real quick. He says, "It has been a great pleasure to serve as Summit Seneschal. It has given me the chance to get to know more people and get to interact with some of you on a deeper level. And I appreciate that it has given me a deeper understanding and respect for our community. I have great trust in Zuleika, and I can rest easy knowing that I have left our fair principality in good hands." In my words, I put, "I am pleased to be here for my first moot as the Summit Seneschal. Woo! I will admit to also being somewhat anxious about stepping into this role, but I know that I am not in this alone, and I have several people I can ask advice or opinions or just getting reassurance that I am not suffering." What? Words are yes, we suffering. I look forward to working with the populace of our principality and the kingdom of Volunteer, and together keeping the dream alive and growing. Please feel free to reach out to me with ideas for future growth, as well as any concerns and questions about things. I may not always be able to provide an answer, but I will do my best to listen, consider all angles, converse on what I can about ongoing things, and put you in touch with, if I'm not the person to answer the question, put you in touch with the person that is. Calendar deputy is not present and did not send a report. Social media officer, I did not get a report from her, and I believe you left already. Event WD has COVID. Checker is not here. Chamberlain.
Hi, everybody. Really, I don't have a ton going on. It's just been great rain, so we're just doing the checkout and check-in of equipment. The good news is we did just we're given 300 feet of Summit's Blue linen from her ladyship Tola of Terraformaria. Her company had some extra linen that they were going to toss, and she's like, "No, please don't." So we have a lot of needs for that. I would love to do officer banners, some officer for hotel events, like some like door front officer type indicator that you are working when you're not at an event type thing. But I need help with those because I am not a very crafty person. So if you have ideas of what to do with linen, I don't know what weight it is yet now. It might be canvas weight, it might be a little bit lighter, but anybody who has ideas for banners or baldricks or anything that can be for the officer corps, for their highnesses, for the Candace and Lisa, whatever it is, if you bring your ideas, because 300 feet is a lot of linen on a boat. So it's a big stuff. Yeah, it's like it's 100 yards.
That's like a football field, but
You get that weird math out of there. It's like 300 squirrels long. So we got stuff to use. So please, if you have ideas, come straight to me. And I don't have this in hand yet, but very shortly we'll have this to gift. And I would really love to make us more pretty as the principality because the other things I need bags for the drones, and if you haven't seen it, those have been up for like 6 events now, I think, and they're lovely and great. And the feedback I've heard on those new drones is they're so easy to put together and take apart. But we just need to protect the art on the side. We need to make bags. I don't know what weight it is, but that is a word, or that is a hope that could be used. Yeah, other than that, this winter, if once again, if you want to raise your hand a little bit, I need stakes straightened. I need new poles for the Principality Pavilion. I need rope. I have the rope. I just need time and somebody to help shoulder to shoulder as we make frogs and stuff like that. We have all the materials. It's just time. And
with straightening on sticks.
yes.
He'll be in the shop on.
and he does have an apprentice.
He does have an apprentice that can help.
Yeah. I pulled them out this week, and I was like, those don't look right.
That's a Prentice work about it.
Yeah.
Hey, straighten it.
Other than that, this is just something I saw this weekend because the Majesty were here with the Cuddle Throne. I don't know if that's the official name for it. I would really love a Summits throne that is a bench seat. So if anybody has any like wild hairs and they want to start talking about that, please come to me as well because I'll hang out with you and we can create back the napkin plants and a couple of minuses with me. I can do this. That's all I have. Thank you.
I have one part I want to jump in. So there's been a bit of a conversation. So I've been wearing the travel coronet a lot. I wore it to Penzic and around, and the feedback from a lot of people is that it needs a point, right? It doesn't stand out like a Principality coronet should, right?
It looks like a Corvairny.
It does.
Right? And so they're gorgeous. The work in it is stunning. But I think we should go back to the manufacturer master build and say, hey, could you give us a quote on like, can we add something to this? Give it a point and maybe some little bit taller ones on the side. I don't know exactly what that process is.
Yeah.
But I think we should start that because I've been getting that feedback pretty consistent.
There's a couple different paths that I'm aware of on that. If it's donation based, we still just need financial committee approval because we are editing something that has a monetary value. If it's not donated, then we have to go to a bid and get like figure out what the cost is. But I think it's going to be like I think enough people are like, no, I'll check in on this that we can just go straight back to Master Bill with finance plan.
So, or maybe reach out to him in the first place to figure out what the budget would be.
There are little Reddit, so I think he can edit it by taking it further down.
Do you want to lead that?
I'll be happy
because I can do it either way. You're good?
Yeah. Thank you.
ANS Minister is not here. University deputy not here. Harold, I think that was already. Marshall, Randall. Hey, it's a tradition.
Okay. So after a lot of fighting with the tablet last night, I don't have my report on. But it's pretty short. It's pretty short, sweet. That's what I'm trying to do. So since I'm stepping up and I'm learning stuff, I'm trying to find out who's reporting what. Several of our groups don't have a heavy marshal, and the rapier marshals are sending me reports, archery people sending me reports, and so I sent out a blanket to all the heavy marshal emails that I had that I found on the account, and I got 2 responses that I made. I said, okay, let me talk to the group's Summits, and so I can find out maybe you don't have a you guys. It's, the big thing I'm experiencing is a lot of people are they don't have access to their emails, they don't have passwords, so they're not getting it. So I got it was I got 4 responses, Sentinels. So I'm hoping Sentinels I'm still waiting for information from Portable, not Edge, my last that I have been able to make it, what's going on with it. I just basically, so that when stuff does come up, I send out alerts. Hey, this is going on. This is cool. Hey, we have a new upcoming tennis adhesive as of like
This is
that's
great.
it. I think that's it. And I want to do all this stuff and just trying to establish enough communication. I don't know if the other aspects of our game are running into the same experiences. Yep. So, like I said, I haven't done a principality thing and office, and I'm just trying to figure out better ways I can better serve. And that's all I've really got. Since taking office, I've authorized one new starter and one student. Got access to email 2 days after I put it up. I did get it sent out. And I'm hoping I can get back to the. If you get.
I'll pull you.
Protocol's here too, but we can make sure that your contact's there. So.
Yeah. This comes down. I think a lot of this comes down to also Office 365 is not integrated into our lives in a proper way. Like it's not easy to get it to actually give you alerts on your phone. And I feel like we just need a training, like film a training video in Zoom or whatever using Scribe or whatever to just like, hey, here, now you're an officer. This is how to get it to work on your different devices,
It works fine on my PC, but for some reason it was not accepting the password.
It keeps not.
Well, and so there's also a kingdom level discussion right now. Actually, getting this of Office 365. More people seem to get to that, right?
Right, and it integrates with all of our devices, right?
And so we'll see where that goes. There's also Rafe had proposed a project that there's still kind of conversation behind where to start with that. Or just automating our officer process and that reporting, so it's a lot more standardized, which could hopefully solve that problem too. There's lots of problems, right? We just gotta start working through something. Yep, thank you.
And from retire with a more elderly group, teaching Office 365 has been
It's hard.
I've
It is
been,
way more
I
user-friendly.
being the IT person, I've had to okay, we need to reach out to this person because of this, and even then they still don't set that up.
Rough email had every email coming from source to different file folders and never to the main one, and it's like
And sometimes that comes down to that's how the person had it set up because that's how they organize it. Because that's honestly after when I this week I'm going to be sitting down with my laptop and organizing my Summits account how I want it organized,
Right.
how will work for me, which may or may not work for the next person.
Just setting up the rules and folder feed and everything else.
Alright. Moving on. Archery Marshal is not here. Rapier Marshal is not here. Cut and Thrust not here. Question Marshal, Warlord. Armored Combat.
I actually wanted to talk about the Warlord.
Okay, go for it.
So there's a few of us been having a bit of a discussion about potentially changing the Warlord from an officer of the state to an officer of the court, right? And having it because it makes more sense to be there. Like it doesn't make sense that it's like reports to the as a deputy reporting to the marshal because it's not a marshal thing, right? Like not a rules marshal thing. It's a game thing, right? And so there might be some issues a little bit with that with Kingdom because we tend to mirror that, but that is something that is kind of those ideas kicking. So I just wanted to let people know that discussion is happening.
Minister of the List, Hello got the left, but she did do the report. We had a tournament at September Coronet to determine heirs. For Summits Defender in June, we had 20 entrants. Grandu de Santini was victorious over Bowen Doyle. We will be having some serious discussions around the list board display with a further update for 11th night. She just stepped into this office at June Investiture and is serving the summit for the next 2 weeks. Javelin report.
Is there any feedback on that list board from any of you? Like some people made new list boards. Did anybody have problems reading it before? Did they like the changes that they saw?
Oh,
The shield, yeah,
things,
with
like
the inspiration.
board.
Yeah,
They see board, I thought they meant the full thing.
yeah, no, with the inspirations.
For those of us that aren't heralds, a crib sheet somewhere to tell us whose shield that actually is.
Okay.
Because I don't know yours from
She
his.
did put the names on the back, so if you want to go up, you
So
can
you could
flip them
flip 'em?
around and look
Okay.
at the names. And I did.
I'm never
I-
comfortable doing that on someone's board, though.
Absolutely, but that is something I did see other people doing that as well, and she had no problem with that.
Okay.
As long as she had already finished setting them up.
Right.
I did also take a picture of the initial board and posted on Facebook a list of all of the names, fighter and inspiration, for the people following along at home.
So we could match that heraldry up for future.
Exactly,
So I
because
can-
that's been
I
a
can start
problem
learning.
going on Facebook in general. I would love to, if possible, I don't know whose role this would end up being, as we get the list of combatants, because they have to register that first, is making a list of name and device, if they have one, to be available both online and in person.
So here's the test. Did you see the pictures that were posted through Facebook of the pairs?
In passing, just because I was trying to not play electronics yesterday.
Right.
I
So
think
no, I
we
just
need
mainly
that
just
one.
wondering, like, did the Facebook algorithm get to you, right? Because the shields weren't on it. I just want to know if it worked, right?
Are you
Because I
talking
think-
about the ones where they posted the fighter and the inspiration?
Yeah,
on
the fighter and the inspiration
Yeah,
cards.
leading up
Leading
to
up
the
to the event.
event.
Yes, I saw that.
Okay. So I think maybe we can take scans of the list shields, send those to Morgan or whoever's doing
I would
that.
probably
right?
just take them off the roll of arm
That's what I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
because like
Well,
Fenris's is very faded and hard to see
at the same
in
time,
person. I can't
like
imagine.
my
it.
arm-
doesn't look anything like my.
exactly. Like my arms aren't registered, so they don't
Right.
exist, right?
Okay.
And so, like, I think it'd be a blend, right? You can get it from a number of
We
different
could
places.
also include on the registration thing. Please include a picture of a drawing or however you want to submit it.
Yeah.
A visual thing of your arms.
But also, as someone who owns a very expensive, like, laser cut and thing list board, they're meant to be able for you to go lift them up and look at the back. We expect everyone to go, anyone who wants to know whose it is. So it's the expectation of the shield board. So you don't have to feel weird about going up and doing that. That's the expectation of
General rule of
I
thumb.
appreciate that because I've been playing in this game for a couple years, like 25. Never heard that. I've always felt that list was someplace that the rest of us, other than looking at the board, didn't belong.
General rule of thumb: if they are not actively mucking with it, feel free to go up.
And there's clearly a balance. because you don't want the whole event mugging that list board the whole time. So
Right.
if there are things we can do ahead of time to prevent that need, we should do.
I think it would be great to have print out flyer so you can go up and go, this is who's fighting, this is who it is, and this is what their arm.
Yeah, like a site copy of.
Right.
Oh my god, that's an incredible youth activity of the blank with their match them to the name and then go get the kid, then go get the fighter and concert to sign on the kids' youth activity. So as they are learning the arms of every
Except first let them learn the arms of
as a
the
live stream person,
summits. The
countless times we've been, who is that and how do we spell their name so we're ready for whichever one of them steps up.
I'll talk to Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And add some of these suggestions to see if we can dig into the book or the list policy procedure.
Because it's not just principality when we were watching Crown. We were like,
Yeah,
who is
absolutely.
that?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
That's one of those things. Like as a live stream person, when I'm not on at the event or whatever, and I see all these posts on Facebook of whose is this, I'm like, I need to just make a primer in advance to the event so that we have this ready.
We're such a small group
Right.
to try and learn all of those. I mean, I can usually handle branches.
Right.
Yes.
And it would just be a good experience over time because then you learn over time. It's a good learning. All right, that was my.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Chatelaine report, not much to report. Unaware of new developments since early August. Bavaria had changed over their Chatelaine in July. As far as they are aware, Timberhaven and Briar Road do not have Chatelaines.
We don't. And remind me what the Chatelaine actually does.
Newcomer, public facing,
That would be me.
trying to be encouraging and chatting.
But we all, yeah.
Yes,
Everybody's
everybody's
does a little bit of it.
So, like in Terrapin area, our Chatelaine organizes our monthly social events that we have over the winter period. There could be different needs for different branches. I can only speak for Terrapin area. My husband was one for a while.
We can what I've seen in various branches since I've been in a couple.
Chronicler Elizabeth. No.
Hello. Besides the standard activities such as publishing the quarterly edition of the Echoes and the Moot Notes and sending the filed branch report to the Kingdom Chronicler, I'm excited to report something new. An exploratory meeting took place on September 10th to discuss the possibility of making the Echoes a monthly publication. Whether the Summits becomes a kingdom in 3 years, 5 years, or 20 years, theoretically, this would be a requirement to have a monthly newsletter. And in my opinion, it's not a one-person job. So I issued an open invitation to anyone interested in a monthly commitment. We discussed the newsletter staff roles available and went over the job descriptions as well as what a potential monthly production schedule might look like. We had just 3 attendees at this first meeting, so I would love to hold another meeting to see if there's enough interest in forming a full staff. If you're interested, please do not hesitate to reach out. There's a variety of roles at various skills. If you're interested in what those are, if you're interested at all in participating in a newsletter magazine thing, I'm happy to talk about it. Also, my term is going to expire in March 2026. I haven't thought about whether I'm interested in renewing my warrant, so if you're interested in taking over as Chronicle, please, happy to sit down and explain the current duties of the role and what my process has been. Thank you.
They hurt. Flip Minister Adele.
Yes. So I'm preparing to pass the office to my deputy, Turek. We've been meeting together. We've been talking about what the pardon?
Just ignore him.
Okay. And so we have been talking. I have been considering rebuilding the website for a while because it uses some premium plugins that can't be updated. I'd like to just have a fresh start. It's been there for many, many years. And so I talked to Turek about his thoughts on that. He is not against this idea. So we're working together toward that goal. And then a welcome change this quarter is that the court coordinator has been CCing the Summit's web minister the court reports. Thank you for making that happen. That is fantastic. The people that take this office over will appreciate it greatly if we keep that going. It's helpful for keeping the names of champions and officers up to date on the website. Yes, it's a good. Here's your work that the weapon Mister needs. I've also begun work on the new website for the Shire of Barrow. They should have a new website by the end of the month if things go well. I'm trying to make sure the content is evergreen, so they won't be under any pressure to make regular updates. But they have already supplied some content, so that's moving forward. Report. Anyone need anything from Summits Fall?
Scribe or family activities coordinator. Birth reports. Adianto.
Hi, sorry I missed it, whatever email that was that was out at the time. Alliance was in a really great place. Our bank accounts are full. Our population is bustling. Our average attendance at council is roughly 25% of our paid membership population. So we're roughly getting 25 people every active making decisions. We're in a really good place. That said, there are other branches that reach out to us for officer support for a break. We are right now trying to find people who are willing to go and take up branch positions in the shires that need a break. So that's what we're going towards internally. We're in a customary rewrite phase. We try to work to rewrite our financial policy to make it so that if it's your first event, not first event, if you are not a member and want to become a member, that at a baronial event, if you get your membership right there or can show proof that you got it that day, we're just comfortable. So it's just like, we're trying to change the oh, well, you don't need to be a member, you can come on in. You know what? Hey, come on in. Well, our barony, we have the money, we can take the hit. At the event level, if we lose $200, because that many people got their membership at that time, it doesn't. It's a drop in the
Fresh blood.
So yeah. So trying to expand, get more people going in our area and your guys' areas and everything, just so that we get stronger. As officer force, so we don't all have to wear two hats. So the people who play at our level, we go back down to 1.5. Other than that, baronial polling has begun. Currently, we only have one set of candidates, but it is no, the Merclot and the the first of the meet candidates will be at Amergans, where we have multiple elevations through orders of mark. So, and it is a non-fighting arts and sciences and Bardic themed event in October in Funny Grove. So come out, just a day event, support, multiple elevations. Other than that, I'll wait for my
Fortunately, that's over my anniversary. So Briar Oak. I did not see the report.
Oh, things are going well. We're in between events, preparing for Bash coming up. I guess this quarter or half year, we've done a demo, and hopefully we'll continue a little bit of that with a UCC, community college, to start getting back those. I think they used to do that with UCC, and it fell by the wayside with COVID and never started back up. So we've already borne fruit from that. Had a couple newcomers come by to arts and sciences, and hopefully that'll keep going. We're small, so the whole one person several roles thing is ongoing, I think. But oh well, and we appreciate Adiantum's help because they have offered help here and there. When we're doing an event, you need any where we're borrowing some of their archery stuff, etc.
Thank you. Portable. There's no
we had our CDB play date.
Most contested ticket so far.
Right? Yeah, and we just had a great time, right? That's what it is. And so we're still small. I think we're like a lot of other branches. Same people with multiple hats, keeping the lights on. We're still doing fighter practice every week, and we'll keep doing them through the winter. Yeah, we'll see what happens next year. We have a couple interesting event ideas. See if they bear fruit. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's Monday indoor.
Monday
That's an entirely separate.
talking about coming down to your guys' practice, but on the every other one of them was our business meeting, so we.
We changed it a few months ago to back to because that was it. People were confused when it was happening. So we've been outside, but we have indoor access. But what other nice? Yep.
Corvaria, Temperance. So much good happened this summer. Corvarians were busy with 2 demos in May and June, running Ontario Westport in July and Harvest Tourney in August. In addition, they reestablished a relationship with a camping site that they used to use, and hopefully they will begin to use it again next summer. Best thing is that they have had a lot of people at archery practice, sometimes as many as 11 or 12. They have plans for another demo at the end of this month, an arrow making social in October, and a Yule celebration in December. They added their herald Nika, who had gotten support from her school to get interpreter training so she can do silent heralding, which as I understand has been called emissary now, as well in the future. They have talked informally with the Seneschal from Adiantum about the possibility of getting some officer support for deputy officers in Chatelaine or Arts and Science. I did not receive a report from Glenn Dupin. I don't see any Dupinites here. Edgar.
She's probably here.
Myrtle Holt.
Yes. So I had a Zoom meeting on my birthday, the 30th of July, with Kingdom Seneschal and Paradox and Summits Seneschal. I found out that a branch could voluntarily go into abeyance to try to help build up new members. It's not just for getting in trouble. And I was like, what? So I had a meeting a few weeks later. I wanted to try to get as many people to the meeting as possible. Unfortunately, it was the same people. So I said, okay, look, here's what's going on. I want everybody to think on this. Do we want to go into advance? We're given, now it can be shorter than 2 years. It could actually be longer than 2 years as long as we remain in contact with Kingdom Seneschal and, of course, Summit Seneschal. To say, hey, look, can we get a little bit more time? We've got X amount of people and, people that are trained and whatever. But we have to maintain contact. However, if we can't, and we have to dissolve the branch, we also needed contingency plans for that. Who would we like our money to go to? Who would we like our lands to go to? So got everything together. We are voting to go into abeyance. And our contingency.
You have voted, or you're going to vote?
No, we decided.
Okay.
And then I sent yesterday the email to Kingdom as well as Summits. And our contingency plan is that if we cannot, in our time span, get enough members back up, that we want the lands to go to Glen Dupin. Because, well, they're neighbors. and we would like 70% of our money to go to principality with the other 30%. So it's really kind of hard to do that, mainly because of all the hat switching that I've done. But I want to be able to concentrate on getting new people and not have to worry about reporting as well as, hey, who are we going to find to take this position? Well, when they're done, who's going to take this? It's really stressful. So with that being said, while we cannot hold practices, demos, or events in our name, we can tell people to come invade us and we will help you. You want to invade? I will tell you all the cool places. I will help you get whatever, good monetarily, yes, please invade. So,
Thank you for all your efforts and working as hard as you can. And all the clear communication.
right.
And while you're in abeyance and can't hold formal events and things like that, if you guys have ideas for things to have social events to get more people going, contact us. We are happy to fund them and be the people of note, and even try and send some people down to support or pull some people in from Glendukin. We are happy to bankroll any of these things.
I know I would like to try to get a night's road show as well as the bog road show down there, if there's a possibility,
Yes.
or a night at night / mod, one big old huge Saturday at Riverside Park.
Or even
Apparently they
how
cleaned it
about
up.
how do you do Wednesdays? That's, we could also do during the week too.
Yeah, we can talk about there's some big issues. And I think, catch your breath, right? I
Right.
think this is really what it gives you guys an opportunity to catch your breath, feel better about it, relaunch, whatever you want to do in the future, right? There's nothing wrong with it.
And I want to make sure too that anybody that is new and is stepping into an officer position, that they've had plenty of time to get trained up and they feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Because there are some of those, it sounds so intimidating, but it's really not. And especially if you've got a good backup and a good base.
And as far as the question about in your report about monthly or quarterly updates, I'll reach out to the Kingdom Seneschal and see how they look at it as well. Okay.
Great thing.
I appreciate it. We're trying.
South March.
Seneschal is homesick, severely injured with his back, so he's not here. Because of this event, we do have somebody that's stepping up, an arts and sciences officer. I can say it, we're probably going to need somebody to have deputy arts and sciences. I'm not sure if we have that. We just also, somebody shifted over to abilities, so we have that. We have our upcoming Frostbite. It's going to only be a day event. We're going to have time to find a site for a camping event because of this. All of our folks are running this, so it's going to be at the Midland Center where we usually run our level. So it'll be a day event there. That's where we're going to have our heavy defendership and our regular defendership. And I believe we are going to provide a meet for it because we do have access to a kitchen and other than that, hopefully with this, the Green Griffin can be support as well as the officer. Yes.
I would like to thank Rural Bridge for being so easy. They take a lot of you did a good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I believe it's just like what you did as well.
Lessons learned, we're going to do some. If this site's reused, we're going to do some shit.
Yeah.
Make it a little bit less. We were fortunate this was a free site. And we don't know. It's what they are looking to possibly increase the project fee. They don't know what it would be, but it is available and City of Chillicothe didn't pull through with their advertising, but we have a lot of people actually coming right at the end of our high school. From what I heard, there's like 20 people in this area that like to go to pictures and stuff, so that's a potential untapped resource for people that we didn't really. We had a couple of kids come through.
Alright, Tara Maria. Tara Maria is doing well, have around 100 members. An officer changeover has occurred. Luther Gutman is the new exchequer and has enjoyed learning from Melanie thus far. They are looking for bids for Bargamel's 2026 and long short of it 2026. Next event is Summits Winter Investiture at Turner Christian Convention Center in December 12th through the 14th. Pre-reg forms are almost ready to go. Menu and schedule are in process, and we will have updates soon regarding tournament info and overnight options. They've reached out to their team, checking in on what they need. Please let them know if you have any questions, suggestions, etc. Alright.
Like this.
And trials. And what's with that? So,
I'm trying to brag. I'm not trying to brag. If you want to share it, the
I'm
wealth.
not saying you're right. I'm saying I'm envious.
Also, I can mention that Timber Haven's birthday bash is this next Saturday. I'll have to bring that in.
Event reports. Fall Coronet, South Park.
So, as I said last night, we actually had 24 kids on site this time. That youth combat really did bring some people in. Really glad that that was one of the goals for the event. Do something. Archery was a success. Thank you to Temperance, True and Temperance for actually making sure we had some. With the 24 kids, we had 10 comps and 110 other members, non-members come through. With actually non-member fees was 30 non-members.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So 24 kids, 10 comps, 110 adults with 30 members that we counted. Total cost after the event was calculated somewhere around $5. So, shyer than actual because we're able to get all the free stuff. We are one of the stars that does not. We do have. We are looking for certification.
Also,
That's fantastic.
Winter Investiture, Tara Maria, kind of did that essential report.
Slides. The prices have gone up. We're asking about 500.
me double check that. Yeah,
Venus Park Championship for Timberhaven. A bid has been submitted and is being discussed. Spring Coronet Adianta.
We have found the site. It's a park that name has flown directly out of my brain. It's Jasper. Yeah. So Jasper Park. It's big, and I'm gonna go walk it with the prospective event steward. There was an initial bid that was submitted to our council. It was for a day event, and we rejected it, and are doing a camping event at the same thing. The park ranger is the same park ranger that does the Eagle site, and so he's super excited about the idea of like us having events at multiple of the parks that he does. So he's just like, yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, it'll be much more expensive to camp, but yeah, but it's just like
It's a lot of parking and it's flat.
a lot
And it
of
has
park.
flashy points.
Yeah. It has flush toilets. It's super flat with like over 200, like over 150 spots. Yeah, and with some covered areas, stuff like that. So we're late getting this bid in. We have secured a site. We just need the now. We need to make the actual bid as our finance committee before we can be. Which I assume is going to get. Yeah, you think that.
Summary messenger for Briar Oak has a bid approved. Alexis Filia Copernicus is the event steward.
Yep, and she's already sent the check to the Boy Scouts camp. Calendar and prior announcements are in. It's a ways out still for all the things.
She's very ready and very anxious.
But she's,
Awesome.
yeah.
Better than having to be like, hey,
Yeah, thanks for being so early. Like that's
We
good.
like early bids. Please make sure they get on not just Facebook, but the Summits website as well. The algorithm, or the Kingdom, the algorithm of Facebook doesn't always work. We, as the participants, there was just information that we want a single point of truth. It should be the Kingdom website. So, but
Kingdom website should be edited before Facebook.
I'm making a big push for all events.
And that's not well known, and that needs to be better.
Well, I think it's also just like the philosophy of Facebook, right? We should think of Facebook not as information dispersion, but as advertisement to where the information is, right? Like, hey, the schedule's ready, and then link to the calendar, right? That kind of stuff. And we should just try to get, because that's all Facebook's really good for is advertising. Actual finding stuff sucks. Like it was great. So like there was land reg for this that was posted like a month and a half ago, and it didn't come across. It didn't come across my Facebook feed till 3 days ago, right? And so like the algorithm sucks.
Right.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
At all.
Yeah, because the algorithms know. So
And the other thing is, one of the lessons learned, and this is for Climate Falls area, I've through this, is Google Maps and Apple Maps is not reliable. Depending on where we go, my wife, iPhone, Apple Maps may point us to the right direction. My phone may point us to the right direction, or it may not at all. So when I put this thing in Facebook and linked it here, it pointed everybody to someplace else. And then it also pointed people to someplace other. So I guess one of the other things is test it, and if there's an issue, like Bell did a really good job. He provided the GPS pin coordinates. So like in these areas where we're in the middle of the woods, probably that GPS pin coordinate will be a recommendation having that.
The other thing about
if you'll go to Trojan Park, issue. There's a postage stamp park in Portland that's Trojan Park, and then the Trojan Park we're having the event at way out, that way. It's like that's trying to.
So I would say maybe as far as just a lesson learned, because it's my first event, getting the GPS pin coordinate well.
the other thing about the early bids is depending on where you are and what sites are available, if you don't lock them down,
Oh, yeah.
which you don't dare to do until the bid has
It is
been
accepted.
accepted, they may fill that weekend, and then you come back with, well, either scramble, find a different spot, or could we move a principality event to a whole different, that's,
Right.
you know,
And we just got lucky on this site this year because it was so last minute. We couldn't find any site to give us any place. And the city of Klamath actually messaged me 3 weeks ago and go, "Hey, do you still want to use our park?" Like, no. So
All right. And Fall Coronet next year will be in Corvaria. Bid has not been submitted. And then just one more piece of business. I told Margaret that I would advertise this for her. She is not on Facebook, so this has not been spread on Facebook much. And she is trying to start a Summits choir. No experience necessary. No formal singing training necessary. Please just send her your name, your mundane name, your branch, and if you know your voice type, to ontierchoir@musician.org. She is wanting to have meetings at December investiture as well as 12th night for on tier. If you want me to give you that email address again, I can give that to you as well. Or you could message me or email me and I will send that to you. I happened to see it in like one of the branch page things. I think Temperance had posted it, so I asked her about it yesterday. I was like, I want to make sure this gets spread around. That's why I bring it in. Yes.
We need Discord. Not an ad on the
So there's one getting set up.
We need more options so that people can use the one that they want to use.
So, yeah. So are you good?
That is all I have.
Yeah, so the one more quick thing, and I don't want this to turn into a big discussion. I want it to be just more of a like advertisement. I know like we didn't get some more of those recent Kingdom bids, but I would like to see us continue to submit them and get more Crown stuff, Kingdom stuff down. Right? Yeah, especially summer events. Let's try and like think of post or right. Keep your eyes open for any potential sites. Right, send them to me. Send them to like that. Right. You see any inspiration? If you have old Crown bids that from the past that just need to be dusted up and freshened up, let's just do that. Right. Start sending them now. Next year, the years after, like years in advance. Right. Let's start trying to lock stuff down.
The current on-tier events deputy is Lindis from Terra Primaria, and she loves doing these things and helping people find these things. If you have a potential site that you don't know if it will work or not for these kinds of events, she is more than willing to give you some more information to answer those questions. She may even be willing to walk the site with you and talk to the folks with you to help negotiate these things and find out what the information is.
Right, and because this is a trap in the SCA sometimes. If you find something good and you suggest it, that does not obligate you to be event steward. Right?
Very important.
Right? If you find something good, let us know. We can find event stewards if you don't want to do it. Right? But let's all keep running. Yeah. I think that yeah. We should definitely talk more about it because we have Warsight there, right? I think the hard part then it's timing wise because nobody's going to want to go to war and then like 2 weeks later go back there, but go later in the year.
There are other further north sites.
And that'd be phenomenal.
That the worst.
Yeah. So
also, like, I know that the Bow River Inn had priced themselves out, but it's been a year and they have not been doing the kind of business they want. Also, you should probably start looking at that again, even if it is $1,000 more than we want. That's just a little bit less.
Everything is expensive now.
Yeah, everything's expensive.
So you should.
So like that, I think, and I'm the Anions and Seneschal. I think for that bid for 12th night in at that site, it should be a Summit bid for it. and I'm
either
saying that is
either Summits bid or a couple joint branches.
Right,
Something
as an
we can
co-pro.
structure. Yeah, right. We can structure it differently than we have. That's all just policy that can be changed. All right, that was my 2 cents.
Thank you for letting us jump on that.
Thank you guys all for
Long
coming
way
to
to Spokane for anything.
Right. It's a long way to smoke. And we like to come down here. And honestly, it's also really hot. And we have a very gorgeous coast. Right? It's a lot cooler in some key times of the year. Right? So, but, okay. Anybody else got anything else? Go to the order. Zuleika?
That is it. Thank you guys all for coming, and Clovis would like some assistance taking down his structure. If you are able to do so, please drive safe home.
Yes. Thank you all.
If you have trash that does need to go off site, we will be making a run here later today. Double bag it. We'll try to fit what we can. Thank you.
Yes.
Of their Marion.
You know, and that's what she's talking about right now. But every time we go over to the coast, I'm like,
and it makes me want to stay for like 3 extra days.
We found there's like a damn night. I spotted sites right here.